How are you feeling?
I'm a little nervous, but very excited and grateful to be here.
Well, we are excited to have you. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, okay, so I am basically and always have been a huge theater nerd, and my other passions have always been travel, family, and literature, and kind of the convergence of those three things is what brought me here today.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I live in Shoreline with my husband and my 2 teen boys. I have 2 teens now.
Bless you.
Yes, as of last Saturday, 2 teens. And I work for the Shoreline School District. I have two capacities. What?
I said, go educators.
Go educators, yes, no, for real. And I work in the transition program, which is so cool. It's for special needs students between the ages of 18 and 22 to help them get ready for adulthood and the workforce.
That's awesome.
It is awesome, yeah, woo! They're awesome. And it's very challenging and very rewarding. And then more new to me, I was hired on as the Shorewood High School drama assistant last year, helping them put on their fall and spring plays, which has been a lot of fun. Also very challenging and rewarding.
I can only imagine. But you have practice with 2 teen boys.
Yes, very much so, if they would only talk to me. They don't.
Fair.
And they're not here tonight, as you can see. No, they wanted to be, or they said they did. They had a private engagement. It's true. But yeah, I mean, I got real quick. In 1997, I graduated with a BA in dramatic arts, and I moved with some of my college friends from Wisconsin to take
Wisconsin
to take I love this crowd, to take the theater world by storm, or start a revolution or something. I don't know what we were thinking, but I ended up working as an actor and producer and director professionally in the Seattle theater scene for about 6 or 7 years. Then I met my husband, and he also loves traveling, and it's really hard to travel when you're always auditioning or directing or acting or producing. So I took a short break. 20 years later, and 2 kids later and a series of jobs, I found myself at Shoreline Community College getting an AA in music performance and theory. And I got back from this, my husband and I took our 2 sons, who weren't teens yet, almost, on a 3-month backpack around the world, just for fun. And
for fun.
Yeah, and we got back, and I saw an audition notice for their first Shoreline Community College's first musical in like 5 years. And I auditioned and dipped my toes in, and the theater bug bit me back, and I mean, it's like I never left. I just, I put theater on a shelf, and but it was always haunting me, and I'm so glad to be back, and I'm so grateful to be here. So thank you.
We are so excited to have you. But what everybody wants to know,
oh God.
And Agatha Christie is one of our fan favorites.
I know, and I just saw the amazing affair at Styles, and holy cow,
yes.
I have a lot.
Bravo. Some of the cast is here tonight.
She really set the bar pretty high,
yes.
So thanks for that.
So tell us your vision about Agatha Christie's.
Yeah, well, I love Agatha Christie. I mean, it's a perfect play for the fall. It's almost Halloween time. So my vision is like the classic, cozy, fun, playful Agatha Christie mystery. I want to really lean into it's post-war 1950 countryside England, and I really want to lean into that with the music and the costumes and the sets, and maybe I'm thinking about I have some fun kind of wacky ideas for the lobby, and I just really want to lean into that cozy mystery. One thing that Agatha Christie did, as all these fans know, like, she told a great mystery, and she had playful banter, her dialogue so funny, and such a feminist too. So I want to bring all of those components and make a really fun, entertaining, playful night at the theater. That is unforgettable. Just a few things.
Just a few things. Also a wonderful way to kick off our season 68.
Totally,
that's exciting.
I think so.
So which part of all of this are you most excited about for directing the show?
Well, one thing that I admire more than anything about Agatha Christie is her strong female roles. And I mean, this show has got it in aces. I mean, we're talking like arguably the 3 leads are all female, but they're not just female, they're women of a certain age. They're like mature females, which I just think is bonkers and cool. And I'm so excited I just love the fact that she saw so much power and female power, and those women use that power to thwart and get around the limitations that the patriarchy puts on women. So I just love it, and I'm so excited. And this is really different. Obviously, Poirot is hilarious and perfect for a drama. This is Miss Marple, and she's more subdued. She listens a lot more, and Christie really understood this, and this is what I love about it, is that she really understood a small community and gossip is just gossip, until it solves a murder, which is what it does in this play. And I just think it's so cool and it's so clever. And I think the playwriting is just, and the storytelling is excellent. And I'm so excited to bring it to life.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you do with this Marple character, because we've predominantly leaned into the Poirot side of Agatha Christie,
he's
because
so theatrical.
he's so theatrical and he's so fun and he's so witty, but he is very man.
He's very male.
Very
it's like
man,
he's very theatrical and eccentric, and he can be himself and rest on those laurels, and everyone just listens to him. Whereas Miss Marple is underestimated constantly, and that's so true. And she solves mysteries that way, and I just love that Agatha Christie saw that. And what's really crazy is that she wrote the play 75 years ago, over 75 years ago, and she was writing these strong feminist characters. And there's also men in the play, so don't worry. But you know, it really celebrates women and the power of women, and that is what really excites me.
Yeah, I'm very excited for you to direct this.
And I love murder.
Yeah. Don't we all? Should I be worried?
Maybe.
A little bit.
Just a little.
I'm not coming to rehearsal. I'm just gonna be.
Well, you may come to rehearsal, but you won't leave.
I won't leave, right? Wade James Theater is now haunted by David Olivers, which nobody wants. It's very bad jokes.
God.
All right, one more question before I let you go and get off the hot seat,
Oh my God.
literally. If you could cast any Hollywood actor in your show, who would it be, what role would they play, and why would you pick that person?
I would have to go for Miss Marple, because she's the fulcrum of the whole play. I would cast Meryl Streep, because Meryl Streep can and should do everything.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Thank
Meryl
you.
Streep is now cast in the show.
Do you think we can get her in here?
Let's give it a go and see what happens. Anybody know her agent? Anybody? Well, Susan, thank you so much. We are so excited for you to open our season. Can't wait to have you back in September, October, and we'll talk to you then.
Me too, thank you.
All right, Bryar, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I've been a lot of things. I started off as an actor in New York and in LA and then Seattle, and I've been a director, a producer, theater educator. I swear we've led parallel lives here, Susan. I taught acting and directed a bunch of plays for 13 years at Shoreline Community College. I was really lucky. It was a great job. I love working with students. I also worked with transitioning students with special needs with Seattle Public Schools many years ago, finding them jobs. It was the most rewarding experience. It taught me a lot about myself. That I did for a couple of years I did it for 5 years, actually, when my kids were young. And so I was born in New York, and you can't tell from my accent. And I just, and it gets worse when I go back there. And I loved all of that, but I love directing the most now. I love it so much. And the reason I love directing so much is because I love working with the actors and the production team and all of it, and getting us to be a community. My cast from The Mysterious Affair at Styles, it was a love fest.
You can see that on stage.
I've never experienced working with such an incredibly talented group, lucky me, of actors, but beautiful human beings. Several of them are here, and they know, I feel this way about them. I will work with them again and again, but I love, and that goes back to this being a community here. And a shout out to Katie Soule, who I absolutely love and adore, who is an incredible person, incredible producer. I'm sure you all know what she does here. I can't imagine any of this happening the way it does without her. I would do anything for her. She's incredible.
Yeah, she deserves a round of applause. Yes.
And the wonderful staff that she works with, the people that I've worked with here, they're fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm going on about that. But you want to know about me. Okay, so when I had kids, I was acting in New York, and I met my husband. He was a playwright. When I met him, I did one of his plays, and then he was in California, and I worked in California for a while, did not like it. And then we decided to get married, and then I decided to stop acting because I really wanted to be a mom and just It was really hard. A lot of people they do both and they do it really well. I'm not that great to do it really well. But when my kids became, like my youngest was in elementary school and my other two, I have three wonderful daughters, I'm so lucky. And when the other ones went into middle school and high school, they all turned to me one day and they said, time to go back.
They're like, get out of the house, Mom.
Yes. One took my picture, my photo. One helped me write up my resume from my past life, and they just pushed me right out the freaking door.
I love that.
And they've been my cheerleaders along with my husband ever since. So yeah, that's a bit about me. What else?
Well, thank you to your daughters for making you be here tonight. Yes. Had they not pushed you, who knows if you'd be here with us.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here, believe me.
We love that. We love that. So, tell us about your vision for Sweet Surrender.
Oh gosh, vision statements. So this is a crazy screwball comedy farce where these two divas that are like these sister tornadoes coming and creating havoc all over this posh hotel suite in Palm Springs during the 1940s, 1942. Okay, so I don't know, the other show that I did here was a farce as well. I've done other farces before. I love farce. Underneath the comedy is always tragedy. So with farce, yes, there are a million doors, but there are also believable, real characters that audience members recognize themselves with, where the difference between comedy and farce is the needs are even greater. So my vision is that slowly, this very posh, beautiful, renovated hotel room with these gorgeous roses slowly starts to fall apart, because of what these two divas are creating. The tension, the chaos around this poor hotel manager who thinks he can control these women, which he cannot. Go women, right? And I love that it's about these two women, you know, I don't know, anybody in here ever remember Lucille Ball? Okay, so when I read this play, what I saw was that bit of Lucy and Ethel singing Friendship, wearing identical dresses and tearing the dresses apart.
That's an amazing scene.
That is what I saw. And the other thing I saw is, you know, on Ed Sullivan, they used to have the guy with the plates spinning up in the air.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
That's Dunlap, the manager. He thinks
Yes.
he can control things. He cannot. So my vision is you seeing it visually, what these two women are doing, not just emotionally to everybody in their path as these tornadoes, but also seeing the physicality played out on the set with how pristine Dunlap starts off, and slowly you don't look so pristine anymore. And so it's that kind of chaos. And there's a lot of love in this play, which I love. You always embrace the love. I mean, even in Agatha Christie, it's always at the heart of things. There's love, the humanity of these people, and just the fast-paced, crazy farce, you know?
Very excited to watch the plates fall and crash
I'm
as it's going.
Hey, Katie, can we have plates falling and crashing?
I approve. I'm also going to get in trouble for that too. So for this show specifically, as a director, what are you most excited about for it?
I am always the most excited about casting because I get to meet and work with these wonderful human beings. I love the beginning. I love to encourage. I love making people feel like they can create in a safe and happy environment. I don't believe theater should be it's a struggle only because we challenge ourselves, but you need to feel supported and cared about. It's a vulnerable position to be in, not just for the actors. I have an incredible stage manager that I don't know, she's been with me for a while. We've done a lot of shows together. I couldn't do it without her. There is no question. And she also believes in nurturing. We want to create that kind of environment where not only, if you feel safe, if you feel like people care about you, you can create art.
Yeah, and that came through with your affairs at Styles, because when I saw it, you could feel with the cast you were in good hands. And you could see it amongst them that they were in good hands. And I think that brings out the best shows. And that's something that, as a community theater, as you noted earlier, we thrive on, is bringing that opportunity to be a family. It's not about being professional and one-upping and upstaging and making sure the spotlight is on you and not someone else. It's about giving all of these folks an opportunity to dip their toes, to be a part of something special, and I definitely saw that at an affair at Styles.
And the cast is so loving to each other. The generosity and caring that they showed each other, it made it, I mean, I'm getting a little emotional about it because it was really special, and you strive for that. That's what you strive for, as I do as a director.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. My last question.
Okay.
We've heard this one before, but I'm going to ask it anyway. If you could cast any Hollywood actor in your show, who would it be? What role would they play, and why?
Can they be dead?
Sure, why not? I make the rules.
Okay, because it's a tough one. You know, I'm telling you, we are the same person, Susan. Meryl Streep, of course, came into my head, but so did Lucille Ball, so did Ethel Merman, and Viola Davis. I mean,
Oh, that would be amazing.
if I could get Viola Davis to come be in my show.
Anybody know Viola's agent?
Anybody? Okay, I think a lot. But those are the ones but you know, Lucille Ball, man, she was a badass. She really was.
She really was.
And I really admire everything. She's a brilliant comedian. Anyway,
She'd be great for the show. Great for the show. Well, thank you, Bryar. I really appreciate it.
Next time, rain check in the house. Okay, before we get started, this is really creepy. Because while Bryar is up here, first of all, who's a fantastic director, we love her. So she's up here and she's going, oh my gosh, Susan, I think we shared a life. And I was just thinking, Bryar and I shared a life, so somehow I'm related to Susan?
I'm all for it.
Kid you not, Susan, my best friend all through high school was named McIntyre. And so I've been looking at you going, is that his sister? Let me guess, you're gonna ask me a question, who am I, and tell me about myself.
Good guess, yes.
How did I know?
I might have sent it to you in advance, David.
Yeah, but you know how forgetful I am. Okay, hi. I can't see you, all I see is lights. Yeah, I have very, very similar, just say ditto to Bryar, that's Dave, I'm going now, peace out. I graduated, Susan, in 1997 as well, except mine was with a bachelor's degree up at Fairhaven. And my degree was in theater, deafness, and cultural diversity. So, I know, how weird. It was one of those alternative schools where we sat around in pillows and we talked about how we felt about our readings.
You still do that?
Yes, I still do. And my day job is a sign language interpreter, and that's, thank you so much, because sometimes I wake up and I'm like, what? And that's one of the reasons the show really appealed to me. I have such deep roots in the disabled community, a lot of connections in the disabled community and so forth. But Bryar, I taught at Mount Vernon, Skagit Valley Community College.
Yeah.
I was at that college for 2 years. They were between directors at the time, you know, the program. So I was up in that community college, and Susan was up there too. I think we just cloned each other. And they went, whose DNA is like? Come on and direct with us. And Bryar, I also moved to Los Angeles to be an actor. Did not work out very well. Fast forward years later, I go to get my master's at the University of Kentucky. Yeah.
That's a choice.
Yeah, that is a choice. It was good and it was great. It was great because I went to be an actor. I went to get my MFA in acting. And was doing fine, everything's great, rolling along. And all of these actors would come up to me and go, oh my God, we have to find directors for a scene. We need this for Mom. Dave, you're a director. And I went, I took a directing class in undergrad. And I'm like, that's more than we have. So I started directing these students. And I kid you not, by the end of my second year of grad school, I had like 25 shows. And it was like, wait a minute, you're gonna pay me to do this? Why am I? Yeah, I'm a director now. And so then that's how I got directing. And it just spread. I had all these actors coming to me saying, direct. And so I went, great, yeah, no problem, I would love to, terrific, let's talk about themes. Let me put together a lookbook. And then I'd run home and go, this is the internet when it was real slow. Remember the beep, 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 and enter the little, what was that, the modem? Yeah, and go, how to direct a play. And that's how I learned to direct. And also being an actor, you know what you do and you don't like. Right? And I was very lucky. My husband is also an actor. Anybody here, I'm sure, hopefully you did, he was at the Mousetrap. Didn't we see the Mousetrap here? Remember the Italian guy with the black hair and the cane, talked funny? That's my husband. Also, anybody see Unnecessary Farce? The guy who ran around in boxer shorts? My husband. And yes, those were really his boxer shorts. We still have them. He wears them. And then, for some reason, they hired me to direct, many years ago, Harvey. You saw Harvey?
I was in it.
Oh, Renee! Hi, Renee! How are you, sweetheart? Renee's fabulous. Those of you who don't know Renee, Bryar, Susan, Renee's fabulous. Just saying. I cast her in all sorts of stuff before she moved on. And so I started directing here, then just directed around town Red Curtain. I've directed Red Curtain, done a couple of the seasons of shorts. I was in a couple of the shorts. Those are fun. If you've never seen the shorts, guys, coming back for the shorts. They're hysterical.
June 25th to 28th.
Woohoo! And up in Marysville, up at Red Curtain Foundation, my show Rumors is still running and tickets are available. Thank you. And then I just started directing around. And it's like, we heard from everybody else. If you're theater people, you're theater people.
That is true. We are our own people, for sure. One thing I want to have you share with the audience, because I don't know how many people are familiar with this particular show. Yeah, don't hit your head. I don't need another murder on my books.
Susan did it.
Susan did it. What is it about Wait Until Dark that makes it about the disability community?
Well, the lead character's blind, so that helps. It carries so many themes. I mean, usually I direct the farces until Bryar showed up. And then, and I like directing comedy because comedy, the essence of comedy is everybody comes together at the end, right? And I love a good love story. Who doesn't love a good love story, guys? Come on. Right? Okay. But what I like about, yeah, we love love. What I liked about Wait Until Dark is the disability in it is not the focus of the show. The focus of the show are three scummy, horrible con men trying to put one over on this really rather naive, sweet young woman. And that's an endless tale. We just saw the whole thing on patriarchy. And the whole show is about the underdog. She really, she starts off, the character, has anybody ever seen Wait Until Dark and know the show? All right, I can't see you, you're gonna have to clap. Thank you, it's awesome. Audrey Hepburn, rocks. Did you know Lee Remick did it on Broadway? Isn't that crazy? From that to The Omen and getting killed by a little kid. So, with Wait Until Dark, she starts off as a very sweet, recently blinded, she's been in a car accident, she's only been blind for a year. And she's learning how to be a blind person, right? And so she's kind of meek and scared and unsure, and during the course of this play, she finds the guts to fight back without her sight against these people who she figures out are trying to con her and are going to kill her if they don't get what they want. And it's an underdog story, it's a story of survival, it's a story of somebody who doesn't have the brawn, so she's using her wits and her cleverness. And I just love a good underdog story.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for that with you specifically in your vision there, because it's a show that isn't pretty common that we've done in our recent seasons. We are taking a step outside of the proverbial box to do something a little bit different, but it is a show that resonates about that underdog. And I think one of the things that I love about EDP, like, we are a theater about the community. We are a theater that will always prevail. We've been going for 68 years. We've been the underdog. ECA is just down the street and they have this huge, beautiful building. We've got this.
A huge, beautiful building, damn it.
So I love
we have
that.
lights, what are you talking about?
With lights, I know, right? And they are hot, man. So tell us a little bit about your specific vision for bringing this show to life on this
specific vision. I do have to give credit to EDP, and of course Katie, we all love Katie, right? Everybody's always said that. Because it is an interesting step for EDP, because we don't want to say, hi, here's a human being who's an actress, pretend you're blind, right? We want to present authentic shows. And EDP, for me, now this is when I'm speaking for myself, Bryar, Susan, so sit down. For me, it's all about the connection to the people. I work here and I'm around here because I like the people. I love the people. It's a social outlet for me. I actually enjoy talking to them when I'm not talking about theater. You haven't bought me a beer yet for my birthday. I'm sure your present is on the way.
We're working on it.
And thank you. And that's what I really like about this. And so to reach out into the unknown, beyond those boundaries, because we're talking about an entire culture of people. I mean, blindness and blind people, just like deaf people or deaf-blind people, they have their own language, their set of experiences, their set of lived life journeys that they can share that we can't share with them. And we want to do service to that, we want to respect that, we want to make sure to support different people, because, Driftwood welcomes everybody. And this is another way of saying we welcome you, we respect that culture, we know that culture, and we want to do right by this. And that's a big step. It's a huge step. And I applaud EDP for it. I applaud, Katie when she got a hold of me about, did I want to take this job? We had to have a serious discussion. It was like, yes, we want to do good theater. We want to please the audience. We want them to leave going, my God, that was a great use of my evening. At the same time, we don't want to alienate the very actors that we bring on the stage. It was like Bryar was talking about. You have that magic with the actors. And this crew people, crew people don't get enough attention.
That's true. That's true.
There's a lot of people that make something happen. The crew has their own culture and their own thing, and we all become this like temporary family. And how can we respect that temporary family, respect the love that is shared? Because you're right, it does happen. We see a lot of that with cast members. While simultaneously not representing the people appropriately or in the way that they ought to be and deserve to be. And so I think we need to acknowledge that this is a big step, and it's a good step. I think it's going to be very successful that way.
Well, thank you, and we're in good hands, quite obviously. So, what is the thing you're most excited about in directing for this particular show?
The challenge of it.
The challenge?
You think about it, hopefully we're going to get somebody who's, if not blind, visually impaired to some extent, right? Well, now you rehearse. Well, those of you who haven't been actors before, when you rehearse, it's down at a different facility. And on the floor, we just tape it and go, okay, see that square piece of tape? That's really a dresser. Okay, that little tape over there, that's really a door. And everything is visual. Well, so now you have somebody who can't see it, right? How do you do that? And part of how I work, and I think many directors work, is very organic. It's like, we don't say on this line, sit in this chair unless there's a reason for it. If the actor wants to stand rather than sit, okay, it works. Yeah, you do it. The actor buys into it, rock on. Except, now you have an actor on stage who can't see what's going on. So if she thinks that you're on the stairs, but you're really not on the stairs, well, now it's infringing on this actor to do their job and to be creative on that end. So it's going to be a challenge. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the horizons. I'm excited about making history that way. And the show is so damn good. It's just phenomenal. It really is. I mean, you just read the script. It's just amazing. Watch the movie. You're on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, it's a literal page turner.
It
like
really is.
If you all don't know, the board reads every show that we end up putting into the season, and so it becomes like it was a page turner for me, and I am thrilled that we are doing this show. I can't wait to see what you do with it. I will ask you the question that I've asked the other two actors.
I have answers.
Oh, thank goodness! That's why I gave it to you in advance.
Oh, spoiler! I know.
If you could cast any Hollywood actor in your show, who would it be? What role would they play, and why?
I cast the whole show. Colin, you did? Oh God, we really? Is this Susan? Okay, we're gonna do a DNA test. Okay, Colin.
That's not a requirement from us. Just keep it.
Colin Firth is my Mike. Thank you. First of all, I want to work with Colin Firth. Second of all, we have to have the con man who can't be mean and vicious, but he has a heart of gold, because this character makes a dramatic change of heart during the course of the play. Sam is Gabriel Basso. I don't know, he's not a name that everybody knows.
Oh, he's amazing. I know him.
We know
my
him.
Day job.
We know him from
my day job. So he's in a Netflix show.
I want to know what you're doing on your day job.
I work for Prime Video for Amazon. Yes, I know lots of people hate Amazon. But I pay attention to a lot of the shows coming out day in and day out, and he's in the Night Agent. Yeah,
Night Agent.
Phenomenal
Did
show.
anybody watch Night Agents?
Oh, it's so great.
Is that Susan?
Yes.
Okay, all right. You're lucky my husband's in Belgium right now. Otherwise, they'd be talking, girl. They'll be talking. Okay, so he is Sam, because Sam's ex-military.
Fitting.
Right?
Fitting.
Right? Yeah. He's also supposed to be very strict but loving. Okay. Susan, we haven't cast yet, because honestly, I don't know any blind actresses. That's another thing I'm excited about the show. I mean, I'm really excited to reach out into that. Rote is a really bad guy, and he plays several different characters during the con. Remember, the lead woman can't see who she's talking to, right? So they come on playing different characters, and the blind woman hears stuff that's different, or hears something fishy and is like, wait a minute, that person sounded like that person, right? David Harbour. Thank you. And then I have not cast Carlino yet. No, Carlino is a hot-headed, blows his top at everything, very over the top. Now, Stanley Tucci would be great, right? I mean, come on, Stanley Tucci. The guy reads the phone book and I pay $20 to watch it. 20, they 40. I'm cheap.
No. We all knew that. Well, thank you so much, David. I'm so excited to see what you do with this show. It is definitely something new for EDP. I'm excited for you to bring this to us, and I can't wait to see it. Thank you so much.
And thank you and the board for trusting me with this, and thanks to everybody who's here for that. I really take this responsibility seriously. I like to joke around a lot, because,
Because he thinks he's funny.
Thanks. And but I do take this very seriously, and I will absolutely do something that makes everybody proud and makes the audience happy with coming to see the show.
I'm excited. Thank you. So excited to have you directing with us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, as Dave said, my name is Anna Depp, and I'm thrilled to be directing A Christmas Carol, the musical here. I've been directing for over 10 years, and I just really love unique types of theater. I got my degree in performance and directing at Vanguard University, which is just outside of LA, and really studied the viewpoints as well as movement as a directing style. And so I think something that's unique that I really love to do is incorporate that in my directing. And so that was a really great experience. I'm also the artistic producing director of a site-specific theater company called Lampstand Theater. Thank you, yeah. Of which our current show, This Is Not Comedy of Errors, is also currently running, so you can go catch David's show, go catch my show.
And then come to the festival on shore.
Yes, it'll be a wonderful June. Yeah, so that's a little bit about all of what I like to do, and I also really love site-specific theater, so it's really cool to come into a space like this and have your traditional theater setting where you get to build a set and have people in seats, and then it's really cool to take that and say, great, here's the foundation. What does theater look like if we then put this in a museum or in a park or at a marina? And so I've really had an incredible opportunity to do lots of different unique types of theater, and that, all of those site-specific theater experiences really impact my onstage experience, because I go do that and come back and say, oh, we can do this and we can do that, and it's really fun, so.
It really expands your horizons, I would
Absolutely,
imagine. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, I was, a quick tangent, I was on the board of an opera company in Minnesota, if you haven't picked up on my accent, for a bit, and we did Pagliacci in a burned down warehouse. And the set was just phenomenal, and it was a built-in set. Like, you can't do, like, it just came that way.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden they're like, what do we do about this? What do we do about that? And like, how do we incorporate the pieces about it?
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to hear what your vision might be for the Christmas Carol musical on this more traditional stage.
Absolutely. So that's the really fun thing that we get to do, is taking the traditional Christmas Carol, which everybody seems to know and love, whether it's the Muppets production, whether you love, thank you, whether it's, even the newer production that they did, that Disney did. There's so many, or just like a classic. All of it's really fun, and with this production, we really get to take all of the classic elements of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol and merge it with this newer version, because a lot of people don't necessarily know the musical. Alan Menken wrote the music, and so Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, just phenomenal music, and we really get to bridge this gap between kind of old and new, and so that's what we get to do here with this production, and it really will kind of stem from the classic Charles Dickens pieces. A Christmas Carol is genuinely my favorite Christmas story, and I've done multiple productions and I love it. So when I first came across this musical production, I was like, oh my gosh, something new, something exciting. The music is really phenomenal. Kelsey Grammer originally played the role in the movie that they created, and we get to take all these classic elements that audiences know and love and bridge it, as I mentioned, with the new music. And how we're gonna do that really starts out with this musical. It's an hour and a half, no intermission. It is very intentionally written. It moves through the story. So you get to see Scrooge's entire arc really intentionally created with all the music. And the way that it's laid out, we get to bridge this concept of all of the elements, all of the things that you've seen, whether it's the Muppets, whether it's the Disney, whether it's black and white, all of these moments that we see, they happen on stage, but we don't always see the words or get to hear the lines. So for instance, you have the classic note of Marley was dead as a doornail. That's not spoken in our production. The moment happens, so we get to have that moment. But we need to remember, super important, that Charles Dickens wrote A Christmas Carol as a ghost story. And so we get to take that concept, and what we're gonna use is actually projection to add in the lines of the traditional book, the classic moments, into the moments as they're happening. So it's a really fun way to make sure that we have all the moments that people are excited for and waiting for, while then we get to also present to them a brand new musical. A lot of people don't know this version. As I've just been chatting with people, they're like, oh my gosh, how exciting, I've never seen it, I've never heard
people
the
are like, I
music.
had no idea it was a musical.
Yeah, and it's
right?
a phenomenal musical. I mean, the music is super fun and upbeat, and so on the same token, we also get to focus on all of the new music, and with that new sense of sound that we're giving to our audience, we're also going to enhance their senses in other ways. For instance, even by smell, having elements that the audience might be able to smell throughout the production, and even visually, scenically, how we'll be able to create our set design. I don't want to give too much away with our set design.
Please, we need surprises.
We need surprises, but visually we do get to do a lot of fun things with our scenic design. And one special note I'll make is that within the lighting design that supports our scenic design, I keep saying it's a separate character. We're almost adding a character of the lighting design because it's going to follow. We know what Scrooge's arc is. We know how he starts and how he ends, and we get to follow that within the lighting, where sometimes he's on stage with just a single light when he's by himself in his house, and then fully grow to he's saying God blesses everyone to everyone he meets, everyone he passes, with full lights, bright on stage, full musical sound. And so it's a really fun opportunity to bridge the gap between this classic piece and this newer musical.
I love that. I think what I'm most excited about for this one, because I am one who has not seen the musical prior to us reading it, everybody knows the tale. And it sounds like you're excited about taking that tale, integrating new components to it, and then bringing that to our audience. So which part of all of this are you most excited about?
Oh, so much. Honestly,
Pick one.
I know, right? Like, I could sit here for a couple hours. Really, I mean, it's been said multiple times, but seeing the incredible community that we have and the actors that come through EDP are just amazing. And being able to see who auditions and get to work with these characters, we know and we love Scrooge, and we know that there's going to be one actor that's going to play Scrooge. But the way that the rest of the musical is written, since it's really fast-paced and moving, we're going to have a lot of actors playing 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 different roles. So it's going to be busy backstage. People are going to be moving and grooving throughout the process, and on stage it's just going to seem seamless. And you're like, so that person who was Scottish is now British, is now Irish. Interesting. So just working with actors. And
That's just me pretending I have an accent.
So just working with all these actors where I get to say, hey, this is so much fun, and they get to present what they want to, and great, like, show me what characters you want to present, what characters can you develop for each of these different roles, and bringing them all to life and making them all different so that our audience is like, oh yeah, there's a cast of like 80 back there, and you're like, yeah, no, that's 18 people on stage. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that.
So am I. And I think it's a great show that goes along with the other shows that we have throughout the season. You know, Dave Morrison put it out there around this idea of the underdog, and I think it's this evolution of humans, right? And I think our whole season follows through this theme of these are the evolution of humans and humanity. Bryar said about her show, like, this is about the humanity we create on the stage, the humanity we invite our audience into, that we allow them to be a part of, and they allow us to be a part of that. And I think this show really lives up to that, and so I'm very, very excited for it. So my last question,
Yes.
Can you guess what it is?
Give it to me.
All right. If you could cast any Hollywood actor in your show, who would it be? What role would they play, and why?
This is a very specific answer, got a little backstory. I would cast Tom Hanks as Scrooge, and others. Here's the backstory. Have any of you ever seen The Polar Express?
Yes.
Okay, some of those were like a yay yes, some of those were like I love The Polar Express. It's a wonderful Christmas movie. And in that, I don't know if you know, but Tom Hanks actually voices most of the characters. And how cool would it be if we could put him on stage as Scrooge, but also use him in other elements, flashbacks, etc., using projection, using voiceover, and sometimes a actor double to have him play a multitude of different roles actually live on stage and get a really unique look into somebody, an actor, transforming into a lot of different roles. So I think that'd be really fun. He's done a lot of great things, and if he wasn't my pick, I'd honestly say Benedict Cumberbatch, because he's also pretty great. I have to steal that one.
I don't know.
also.
I just saw him, and I was not impressed.
He's going a little downhill now, yeah. Things have changed for him, so I'm, yeah.
It's because Mickey didn't give him that role.
I know, it's
Stupid
really,
mouse.
Yeah, I know. I've just had to hear his backstory. Today's the first day I've ever heard that, so I'm sorry to hear that.
I know. I feel bad for him. I'm sure he'll rebound eventually. Yeah, that's super interesting about the Tom Hanks piece, because I'd really love to see him play Scrooge and Tiny Tim at the same time.
100%.
That would be my
That'd be
ask.
amazing.
When you make that happen, you let me know.
Thank you. Yes,
Awesome.
I'll let you
All right.
know. For
Well,
sure.
thank you, Anna. I appreciate it.
Thank you.